Welcome back, my dudes. We are here for part 4 of the How to Fix Your Dead Bed series, the sexless marriage. Now, if you're new to the channel, I'm askironhanz. That's an archetype from a Robert Bly book back in the day, Iron John. Give that story a read. It's a really good story just about a young boy becoming a man and then an old man becoming integrated by teaching the young boy. That book's got a special spot in my heart because I've got young boys, and I just love the archetypes that are portrayed in that book. They're so good. Last week we got into the physical pillar quite a bit, and this week we're going to touch on the topic of the financial pillar. Now, we're not a financial channel. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude talking on the internet, so this is not financial advice. Now, the financial pillar is an easy one to overlook for dudes. And a good number of dudes who watch my content are in their 20s. So most likely you're still playing the field and spinning plates. If you don't know what that is, it's basically dating multiple girls at a time. And you'll find that most of the strategies that we use in the red pill are female strategies used for masculine gain. Hey, if it works, why not use it? A lot of men get stuck in their lives and aren't progressing because they're just afraid to kick the hornet's nest. What if she leaves me? What if she cheats? How much is the divorce going to cost? Will I ever see my kids again? The vast majority of times, these fears are unfounded. From what I've seen, men are much better off financially post-divorce. And I've also seen them with younger, much hotter, and way more adventurous girls within a few weeks. It's a scarcity mindset. Dating multiple girls makes sure that you don't settle for the first girl that touches your peen. A lot of the problem you'll find in your life is a limiting mindset. Learning to unlock an abundance mindset keeps you from wifing up that single mom, or that stripper, or that bipolar girl from the 80s. Why is it that in the 80s everybody was bipolar? That's kind of a weird... Why is that? Must just be that it was like the popular thing. Like nowadays the popular thing is like Tourette's and BPD, I guess. I don't know. A lot of what this is just learning that you don't owe anybody a better life and to be unapologetic about your best interests. What's in this for me? And killing that shame for wanting what's in your best interest. When I say no, I feel guilty is great for this. Remember the assertive Bill of Rights. And always remember, if you're scared to lose your girl, over 8 million girls will turn 18 this year. Now, I bring up the financial pillar because dudes will overlook a girl's financial past. And women have zero problems using you for their golden parachute. They have a lot of quiet expectations that you'll just pay off their debts. Yes, women have covert contracts as well. They'll spend their whole college years riding the carousel and building up debt and body counts with zero afterthought because some chump will most likely wife them up and just take care of it. And it's true, we've seen them land the golden parachute quite often. After she's had her fun, now it's time to get serious. I've seen this in my own personal life multiple times. Magically, after you have the debt paid off, then she moves on to an orbiter. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's the backup dude who's always hanging around her, waiting for you to slip up so he can try to slide in. Rolo calls these the cuttlefish. Sneaky little buggers. If you're dating someone who has a lot of debt, you're going to have to hold stern boundaries around this. Pain is a good teacher, so if you're just going to bail her out, she'll continue to make those terrible financial mistakes because there's no consequence. Now, as a trad dude, you can have a joint account that you deposit money into, and then she can spend out of that like an allowance. You need full control of the purse. No joint credit cards or any of that trash. I do encourage, if you're in a trad situation, that you encourage her to have a side hustle. And basically, I just let her do whatever she wants with that money. Because essentially, we already know, your money is our money, and my money is my money. And just always be in the mind frame that she's going to be stashing money away. It's just something that trad women have been encouraged to do their whole lives. And I couldn't be bothered by that. I'm going to continue to out-earn her anyways. It's kind of like if your girl's cheating. You'll never find out anyways. Girls are incredibly good at hiding that kind of stuff. They can sneak away. I mean, think about it. They could sneak away for 5 seconds and then come back and you'd never know. So all the GPS trackers, sleuthing, is just a big waste of time and energy. And you need to really let go in order to attract. If she works, then she controls her money, but she owes half. So total the bills and split them right down the middle. You have your money in your accounts, she has her money in her accounts, and you have a joint account that both of you deposit money into to pay the bills. And keep this in mind that she's the one who generally wants a better lifestyle. Think about it. How would you be living if you were single? Most likely, if you were like me, you'd be in a studio apartment with a futon on the floor and a cardboard box holding your TV with a beater from the 80s in the driveway, just saving up cash hand over fist. In current times and the economy that we live in, you both have equal opportunity to make the same kind of money. Yet somehow, a lot of them will still think that you owe them a better life. You'll hear this argument that,
you make more money, so you should put a bigger percentage in. I make littler money, so I should put in a little percentage.
Now that makes no logical sense, but wanting is free, and even though she most likely believes in inequality, women are solipsistic. So don't try to rationalize this with your girl, you'll get nowhere. Remember, she's not a dude, she will never think like a dude. You don't want to date a dude, unless you do. In that case, you wouldn't be here because you wouldn't be having any relationship problems to begin with. If she can't cover, and she needs you to front for her for any reason, then she needs to add you to the account so that you can have access to their spending, so that you can help her maintain her lifestyle. Just slide that level down a little bit. You don't need the Gucci bag. You don't need the $7 coffee every morning. She'll need accountability. She'll have to have you on the account so that you can look through it and make sure that she's not outspending her lifestyle. If she uses any kind of shaming tactics or any control language around this,
a real man would just help. You're so controlling.
Then you know that she's not on your team and she's only in the relationship for her own benefit. Relationships are supposed to be symbiotic. If she's the only one that stands to gain, then that's servitude. Get off the plantation, my dude. Don't forget your assertive tools.
Broken record.
I'm not paying more than my half of the bills.
But I thought you were a man.
I'm not paying more than my half of the bills. Repeat this as many times as it takes for her to storm off.
Boundaries.
You don't get to tell me what I do with my money.
I won't stay in a relationship with someone who's a liability.
Oh, so I'm a liability now.
Yes, and I won't stay in a relationship with someone who's a liability.
Agree and amplify.
You're such an asshole.
Yep, and guess who trained me to be this way?
Fogging.
I hate you.
I can see how you feel that way.
Negative inquiry.
How did you become such a narcissist?
Tell me how being concerned about our financial future makes me a narcissist. Remember, don't argue. That's rewarding bad behavior. Just remove your attention and yourself if she continues to escalate. And don't forget, verbal intercourse is optional. This is a great read from the Married Red Pill subreddit. I'll link that below. It's worth a read. It's a very funny take about how your wife following you around the house, jawing on, is the same as you chasing her around with an erection. If intimacy is optional, then verbal intercourse is also optional. Give it a read, it's really funny. If you're a younger dude, then remember that your lifestyle should be built first before you start focusing on relationships. Your value in the sexual marketplace will rise as you age. The best advice is to chase excellence, don't chase women. Find a trade, stay with it for about 5 to 7 years. Run a crew, learn all the ins and outs. Once you're comfortable that you could do it on your own, then start your own business and go for it. What I recommend is to start your business while you're currently employed. Get all your I's dotted and your T's crossed, the paperwork that you need done and filed with the state. Book yourself out 2 months in advance. So if it's February, start booking for April and then May. Continue to working your day job until those 2 months are booked up and then put in your 2 weeks notice. In my opinion, the service trades are the way to go. They're not going to get replaced by AI anytime soon.
Debt.
If you have personal debt, you've got to pay that off. Think about it. No savings account will make you 25% interest. I recommend the avalanche method. Whatever debt has the highest interest rate, start paying that one down first. The snowball method is good if you lack discipline because you'll feel little successes and that'll keep you motivated. But if you add up the interest and the time frame that it takes you to pay off all the debt, you'll save a lot more money with the avalanche method. And I don't really agree with Ramsey about debt when it comes to running a business. I took out around $150,000 to start my first service business. And I had that paid off in 5 years. Because I had the assets that would help me to make money faster, and that the machines just paid for themselves. But keep in mind when you do this that your profit goes to expansion. Anytime you expand your business, you're breaking even because you're taking that profit to pay off your debt. I suggest the book The Profit First. I've linked that below. This is a great read for anybody, even if you're not running a business. Whatever you make, take 20% off and stash it away. Whatever you bring in, take 20% of that and stash it away. That way you're taking your profit first. If you get to a point where you can't stash away that 20%, then you're over leveraged. Curb the lifestyle or find a way to make more money, a side hustle. If you make more money than that at the end of the month and you have money left over, then stash that in a savings account, preferably in a different bank. That way it's harder to access. That will be your legacy money and your war chest. I try to keep at least 3 to 6 months in that account. I personally don't like to have huge sums of cash sitting in accounts when I could be putting it to work with me on assets or in the market. And if you're smart about your deductions and your purchases, you won't have to worry about saving for taxes. But be careful and deliberate with this. And remember, I'm not a CPA. If you have any reservations about this at all, talk to an advisor. It's well worth the money. It really is. The ultimate goal is to have at least three revenue streams: service-based, passive income, and legacy income. Passive income is having your money work for you. Legacy money is basically properties, Airbnbs, land. I mean, it's kind of like losing weight. We all know what to do. We just need to execute. And I'm interested to hear what you guys say. If your wife works, does she pay half the bills? Essentially, it gets to the point where you have to sit down like a gay couple and just negotiate every single aspect of the relationship. Who does the dishes? Who does the laundry? Do we pay for a nanny? Do we pay for a housekeeper? But let me know what you guys think. The comments are great. I love it when people leave comments because it's like you are Iron Hans too. You're helping people out and you're giving them your advice. If anything in this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. The link for the locker room is below at Buy Me a Coffee. In the locker room, we can discuss whatever we want to. We don't have to worry about being PC. I release a private video once a month where we all submit questions for the group to answer. And like always,